checking back in with you. Just wanted to real quick pop on. I know everyone's working and it's noon. It's about noon here, I think. Eastern time, I think. I don't even know what time it is. I have time blindness. Okay, so I just wanted to look at his astrology real fast. A lot of you have texted me with questions about a pond that you wanted to see if it mapped out a pond way out in Oregon. I do have a line that does go out there. It's not directly near this pond. This is the pond, Ford Pond, I believe, that a lot of you were interested in. The asteroid Child takes me near there. So I just wanted to look at a few areas. Excuse me, that's my stomach making noises. And my dog's behind me, sleeping, snoring. So God only knows what you'll hear in the background. She always makes these weird noises when she sleeps. Okay, so this pond area is really far away. Evidently, you know, please remember that all suspects, all names are always given the presumption of innocence on my channel. With Sebastian Rogers, he went missing February 26th. You know, we just don't know if there's even a crime that's been committed. We don't know, okay? There's a lot of unanswered questions. There's a lot of theories surrounding his disappearance. He is considered missing and endangered. He is an Amber Alert. So this is the area that the pond is in, and I do have a line that goes to a road that goes right to this pond. I don't know if you can see that. Now, this is the asteroid Child that is conjunct the asteroid Katie, I believe. Not saying that Katie's guilty of anything. I'm just saying these are the names that are surrounding the disappearance of Sebastian. So I enter these names. So here on the road, I have an asteroid. The other line goes above it. So it does make a little bit of a pie, a wide pie to this pond here. So I do have a line that does go out there. So I did want to show you guys that. My own personal opinion, my gut feeling, which doesn't mean a hill of beans, you know, my 2 cents is that I don't feel like he would be out here. Now, I will do a spirit box session and ask. But it is just really far away. And what are you guys feeling? Hi, I'm talking about Sebastian Rogers, a missing teen, and this is the location astrology for him. And there's rumors that that the family has some type of connection to this pond. And I wanted to see if I had any lines that went out to it. And I do have one line here that does connect to the road that goes to the pond. But I'll be completely honest, I just don't know. I mean, remember, it's not my job to judge these parents, okay? It's not my job to accuse any of the parents of doing any wrongdoings to Sebastian. It's just my job to show you, you know, the position of these planets and what they mean. You guys can, you know, form your own opinions and come to your own conclusions about the astrology. But astrology has been used for many years to help find missing people. Thanks. Thanks. I'm sure all of us need to do a little therapy, honey. A little therapy doesn't hurt anybody. if you don't think location astrology works, I can show you plenty of maps and other astrologers that have mapped out bodies and have mapped out and found where people have been located, where their bodies and their remains have been found. A few times. Even I've only been doing this less than a year, and even I mapped out the missing boy from Spain when he went on vacation. So, Jay Slater, I've mapped him out. Now, my battery is going to go dead soon. Hey, see, because I pop on all the time without a charger. Yay, of course I do. That's what I do. I don't know how you guys put up with me. Okay, so there's another Ford pond down here, or Ford Lake that I looked at, and this is Black Moon Lilith, this line down here. So, sorry I'm shaking. I didn't bring my cell phone stand up. So, yeah. This is the line of Black Moon Lilith, and it goes to this Ford pond down here. So I did map that out as well, just because the name Ford is going around, so I just wanted to do both. This is the dump, the landfill, where they found the body recently in Knoxville. And for summer, I haven't uploaded her map. Her map is over here. But for summer, I have a line that does go through Morristown, Bailey, like Surgeonsville. I have a line of summer from Kingsport. It goes all the way down. Sorry, shaking. It goes all the way down to Surgeonsville, Rogersville, Bean Station, Morristown. It goes all through here. So I do have a little pie section for summer that does map out this landfill. So, but when I did the spirit box session, it kind of makes me feel that it might not be summer, that it might be... They did mention 8 years old in that spirit box session. They mentioned they beat her to death, something about her neck, something about her throat. They mentioned nose. They mentioned a refrigerator, a chest. They mentioned fell out. I think they said fell out. They mentioned things like truck, 8 years old. So I really don't know. I can't get a definite answer from the spirit box about this landfill. So, I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see. But there's a part of me that thinks that it's possibly a domestic issue. And it might be someone got beat up pretty bad. So I do have a line that goes through down here for summer. Okay, I do want to tell you that. For Sebastian, not really. There is a asteroid that goes out this way, and Vesta goes out this way, and it makes like a little pie above it. But, for Sebastian, I also did a spirit box session. Now, remember, a spirit box you can't take as fact, okay? But what I find weird is when I do these spirit box sessions, and they start talking about areas that do map out on the map, that I'm shocked with. Now, I did it one spirit box session, and it says Katie's asteroid. I have a couple of Katies. I have a couple of Chris. I only have one Seth, but I do have a couple of Chris's, and I have a couple of Katies. I'm entering their names. I'm sharing their names. Usually, I cover up all suspects' names. Because they're not really technically listed as suspects. They're just people who were with Sebastian. So that's why I have their names here, okay? I'm not accusing them of doing anything to Sebastian. I just, there is an asteroid here that goes near Paris. Now, when I did the spirit box session, I couldn't make out if they were saying parents or Paris. And there are things in this area here that do match with Sebastian's astrology, okay? A water source, a fresh water source. And there's a big, beautiful pond here. Tennessee is absolutely, you guys, the most beautiful place on earth. It just sucks that there's all this weird shit going on there with missing kids. I mean, there's missing kids in every state. I have missing kids in my state too, okay? But just the spirit box sessions that I've done about Tennessee it's just getting weirder and weirder and weirder. There's something really fishy going on with Tennessee. I don't know what that is. Now, before my phone battery dies, I want to get this out. Sorry. Junie, is the accusing anyone? Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not accusing anyone. Okay, it's not my job to accuse these parents, guys. I just need to show you, you know, I just need, my job is just to tell you the planets, okay? And what where they're at. And I'm hoping to find Sebastian alive, even though sometimes some of the astrology looks a little grim. We always need to keep hope alive, guys, okay? Keep hope alive that he is alive. Hi, Nikki. It's good to see you. Okay, don't mind my hand shaking because I'm doing this with one hand. So I mapped out 29 mile marker, 2.9 mile marker, 1 mile marker to 10 miles, 1.8 to 18 miles, okay? With the 911 call. All right? Now, what I find interesting is the 29 mile marker is because the moon was at a 29th degree, which isn't good, okay? It's not the best for a missing person for the moon to be at a 29 degree. But what I find fascinating here is that with the moon at a 29 degree, right on my mile marker, look where it takes us, next to a planet. This is the bowling alley. Do you guys see that? This is that bowling alley that he went to with his mom. Here is the 29 line mile marker. And sorry, that's my stomach. And here is a line of a planet. So this is how astrology talks to us. This is going to show us the whole event, okay? Everything that was happening with our missing person or our victim, before they went missing. All this area through here, even Missy has mapped out and has done some amazing work on her channel as well. I am curious about this area here because it's connected to the DC line and a secret enemy, okay? And like Indian forest, this whole area in here, I am curious about, especially near the water lines. Indian Lake Road, Luna Road, Sanders Ferry Road, where there's bridges, things like that I'm interested in. There's the bowling alley. Now, this is an area that my spirits have spoken about quite a few times. They're not saying like that his body is here, but there's something up with this area here. And it makes me think that it could be someone lives in this area or someone that might be connected with Sebastian might frequent this road. Route 258, I'm very curious about these apartments over here. They've mentioned this church here and this parking lot quite a lot. I have a couple of sessions where they talk about this shopping center in here. I have a couple of sessions where they mention this church and this parking lot, and it's just weird, okay, because the spirits are talking about it. It's not that they're talking about it, but it matches up with the fact that he was here with his mom that day. So they've talked about this whole highway here and this church parking lot they've mentioned before. And this pond they've mentioned. And there is this tiny little pond that I have a line that goes through. So, this area, there's just something about it. I'm not really sure what it is. There's something about it. There's even a pond back in here. A couple of ponds back in here that, just curious about. And the other areas that I'm interested in, it wouldn't hurt to recheck some of these areas that have already been searched, right? Center Point Road, Hunt's Lane, Long Hollow Pike, especially where, the planets crisscross. I did map out the 90th degree because it's close to the root of the matter. And, he was with family when he went missing. So, the fourth house, it's not, a lot of people don't map out houses, but I did because I find it interesting, well, because, well, he was with family, and the fourth house rules family, okay? Rules your family. Not that I'm accusing his family of doing anything. I'm just saying, you know, it does take me through the school. There's his school, and this is the family line. So, you know, where his mom drove, I find that interesting. Again, I'm interested in all Route 258 that turns into Tyree Springs Road. Why? This is Saturn, the AC line. This is Saturn, the AC line, and the sun, okay, which all rules DNA, your life force, your vital forces, things like that, right? So, and this White House area, I'm curious about. At the 29-mile marker, I'm curious about. At the 10-mile marker and the 18-mile marker, this whole stretch of road here, I am very interested in Tyree Springs Road. I'm also interested in the White Hill, going out to the White Hill area from his house as well. Okay, this is the line of Mercury. I have a Chris asteroid here. I have a Katie asteroid here. I have asteroid Child. You know, I'm interested in this area as well. Also, when I pulled up, when there's ever like, because there was a car involved in Sebastian, you know, they're like, we don't know if there's a car involved, but I'm just saying, if there is a car involved, I did pull up the asteroid car, and yes, there is absolutely tons of registered sex offenders that map out on this too. They're on the dot. Some of the registered sex offenders, guys, dot up on these mile marker lines, which is kind of scary. So, you know, I forgot what I was saying. So this is the line of Pluto. Mars rules, you know, anger, rage. Pluto rules, you know, the line of death. We have found bodies near the line of Pluto before. We find bodies on the line of Saturn, you know, at times as well, unfortunately. So that's, you know, it's important that I map them out. Mercury is up here as well, which is, you know, the astrology does show that there is some type of hidden communication. I don't know what that's about, but I also pulled up the asteroid car, and the asteroid car means cargo, to be shipped, like to be moved in like a trunk or something like that, or a car. And the asteroid car did show up in Neptune, in Pisces, near Neptune. So that's someone hidden in a car. Okay, in my own personal opinion, seeing asteroid car in next conjunct Neptune in the sign of Pisces, that's someone hidden as cargo. Okay, so you guys can take that, you can leave it, but I find that very interesting. That car shows hidden. So we have a hidden car, we have hidden communication, allegedly. All right, okay. And this other area here is the moon line, Old Hickory, all along this area here. This, I'm not sure if this is a bridge or like a dam. These areas here, yes, very curious about, okay, as well. Sorry, my dog's behind me snoring. All right, so again, you know, it would not hurt for law enforcement to come back through and just double check these areas here. I think there's an old folks home around here too, and old folks homes rule Pisces as well. Anything that's isolated, you know, we're looking at these ponds that like have all this activity and people all around and houses around. I would think if he was in a pond, it wouldn't be an active pond. It would be a very secluded, hidden pond with that Neptune, element to his astrology, that he would be hidden very well. Missy even thinks basements are cellar. Pisces and Scorpio can rule basements, and Neptune and blah, 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 blah. Scorpio and Pisces can rule places that are hidden underneath, hidden in seclusion, and that, you know, basements, cellars is Scorpio and Pisces. Old folks home, prisons, things like that. Things, campgrounds, spiritual campgrounds, spiritual places like that. Things that, you know, foot doctors, pharmacists, behind pharmacists, things like that. So these three ponds here go right through to Neptune. you know, and there's kind of like this dead end road here. Like all these areas should be rechecked. And you know, that we could have cameras, some type of camera, because Neptune does rule film. Something, you know, CCT cameras, uh, things like that. That's all Neptune. So, you know, these areas here, it would not hurt to check these again, especially on the edge of this forest here, right? It wouldn't hurt. Hey, the Looking Glass, it's good to see you. Sorry, I came in with my cell phone like half dead, like I always do, and I didn't bring out my charger. So I'm sorry. I'm going to make this as quick as possible, guys. But it wouldn't hurt to double check some of the nearby places. It just wouldn't hurt, you know, because they're mapped out on the astrology, and it wouldn't hurt. You know, during different seasons, when the seasons change, if there's any neighbors in this area here that might have information or camera footage, should all be rechecked in this immediate circle, because the astrology is talking to us. It's already telling us, here's a school, and look, it maps out. It's already telling us where he was at the bowling alley and at the shopping center. It's mapping out. This map is telling us a story. It's telling us the whole event that happened to Sebastian when he went missing, okay? Everything is here. The astrology shows us that everything is here. All right, so I'm just going to back it up a little bit so you guys have it. All right, I'm going to head out because my phone's going to die soon. But I hope that these areas are rechecked. And, you know, keep praying for Sebastian Rogers, guys, that he is found alive and well. And if he's not, that, you know, that the astrology helps find him. There's answers and clues here in these planets. So it's here. Hopefully it will come to fruition soon. All right, guys, keep praying. Hi, Crafts and Crime. It's so good to see you. Hey, Karen. All right. All right, everybody. Keep praying for Sebastian, that we find him soon, okay? All right. Here's what I have for now. If any other locations come up, I'll try to map it out for you guys. You can just email me or leave me a message if there's any other places that you want me to check. Okay? All right. Keep praying for Sebastian, guys. Love you all. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.